it with music, beautiful music. Hello, I'm Fred Miller, and this is yet another lecture in song. And before we go into the wonderful, beautiful world of Jerome Kern, a little bit about me. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Loved classical music from a very early age, and that included grand opera and, of course, all the great classic composers. Had a wonderful teacher that encouraged all that. And that would go on right till the age of 13. The day I turned into a teenager, the Beatles arrived in America, and so my musical taste expanded to include the great rock songs of the 60s, along with my classical music. That would go on through high school. To the summer after I graduated, a friend showed me this, I guess it was a poster, that became very famous, of this big rock festival taking place in upstate New York. Remember, we were out in New Mexico. We looked at that lineup and we thought, oh, we've got to go. And we did go. We hitchhiked much of the way from New Mexico to the Woodstock Festival. Even showed up very prominently in the poster there. That was it for rock music. Rock music had never been my goal or anything like that. I just enjoyed it, I guess, as a teenager. I did want to be a musician, but I wasn't sure what that was going to be. Was it classical music, folk music? I didn't know. I was scheduled to go to college, and I did for about 5 minutes that fall, and then finally traveled around the country, left college, traveled around the country, and ended up in Greenwich Village. And at some point, somebody gave me an album of Ella Fitzgerald singing Cole Porter. And there it was. That's my music. That was my music, is my music. The Great American Songbook, they call it now. Gershwin, Porter, Kern, Rogers, Berlin, Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, Ethel Merman, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby. I came up with the idea of a lecture in song, and each one being a profile of a great personality or some aspect of American popular song. And initially thought I'd just do songwriters and performers. I thought, I'll have 10 programs maybe. And then it expanded somehow through the years to 7 categories, and now to date, 75 different lectures in song, each one described in detail at fredmillermusic.com. The program here, Jerome Kern. This is one of the great melodists of all history. I think certainly all modern history. Not just as Johnny Mercer described it, he says he had such a classical feel, and yet it was so new and so fresh. He was born 1885, lived till 1945, and in those 60 years, he composed some of the most beautiful songs the world's ever heard. And the mystery, how do these people work with the same 12 tones of a scale, and yet they come up with somebody like Kern or a Rogers, whatever, they come up with these melodies that are just, they tap into the emotional quality. There's a dramatic kind of quality to each one of these songs. Each one is constructed in such a way. For instance, Kern song here starts softly and just builds. I hear music when I look at you, a beautiful theme of every dream I ever knew. Down deep in my heart, I hear it play, I feel it start, then melt away. I hear music when I touch your hand, a beautiful melody from some enchanted land. Down deep in my heart, I hear it say, is this the day? I alone have heard this lovely strain, I alone have heard this glad refrain. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I let you know? Why can't I let you know the song my heart would sing? That beautiful rhapsody of love and youth and spring. The music is sweet, the words are true, the song is you. Jerome David Kern, born January 27th, 1885, a birthday I believe he shares with Mozart. One of 7 sons, 3 of whom survived infancy. He was part of the Jewish upper class, our crowd as they called it. His grandfather was a self-made millionaire, and supposedly the family fortune was founded on 2 kind of complementary, mutually supportive businesses. One was a stable, horses, and the other was street cleaning service, so they say. Anyway, these were people who hobnobbed with the likes of the Guggenheims and the Lehmans. And father was a executive at a department store. Jerry always wanted to be a musician. His mother